We know there are many of you who like to comb through arrest pages of your local sheriff's office, perhaps looking for neighbors or maybe well-known people or just the unusual booking photos. There are entire social media sites dedicated to such things. And for those who scroll the Ada County arrest page, you may have noticed an uptick in a certain crime over the last several months: illegal voting. But before anyone runs with the headline, "Rampant voter fraud in Ada County," well, the Sheriff's Office and the Secretary of State, they want to clarify that a bit. Voter fraud and election security have been a political talking point the last several election cycles, especially coming from the White House and even Idaho State House. Back in July of 2024, Governor Little signed an executive order to make sure only U.S. citizens can vote in Idaho elections. That was reinforced by voters agreeing to amend the state constitution in November of 2024, even though Idaho laws already prevent non-citizens from voting. However, it did lead to an Ada County Clerk's office to audit the 2020 and 2024 Idaho elections. And that deep dive led to 37 investigations being referred to the Ada County Sheriff's Office, who in turn arrested 8 people as of last week. Of those 8 people, 7 were convicted felons who were still under their sentence, meaning they were either still in prison or still on probation or parole, and they can't do that. The other, who was a non-citizen, was in the country legally, but not eligible to vote. ACSO wants to make clear these cases had nothing to do with messing with voting machines or anything that could have altered the result of any election. But of the nearly 554,000 people who voted in Ada County in 2020 and 2024, 37 of them, they say, were questionable, and only 1 was from a non-citizen. The rest, well, they were either cleared or still under review and investigation. And we did look today. There were 3 more arrested for the same offenses over the weekend in Ada County. And their names show up under Idaho Department of Correction as well as being on parole. So we assume just put those in the pile of the 7 that were already there as those just violating their federal, or I should say felony paroles.